We're still talking about Mollie Tibbetts, the beautiful and bright young college student who's been missing now for almost a month. She was last spotted on her evening run in the town where she was dog sitting for her boyfriend. Mollie did not show up for work the next day at the summer camp where she was a counselor, and Mollie has not turned up since. And though officials say they've conducted hundreds of interviews, we've only heard about one of them, the local pig farmer who finally agreed to a lie detector test. The panel is still with me, and Brian Claypool, the lie detector test, there's so much to that and so little to it as well. It doesn't hold up in court, but it is, I guess you could say, a critical tool in the early stages of an investigation.
Yeah, Ashley, let's say that he does do he has taken the polygraph test, as you said. Let's say it comes back that he's deceptive and that he's potentially lied about knowing about Mollie's whereabouts. That could then be used by the investigators, the detectives, to put pressure on him and possibly state things like, look, we have this against you now. We also know X, Y, and Z about you. And look, your fate is sealed. You might as well give us a confession. The best they can do with that, Ashley, is try to use it to get a confession from him if he has done something wrong.
Well, and there's the critical issue. Again, he is not a suspect named in this case. He's not been charged in this case. It's critical to stay in that vein. And that leads me to the next question, Rob. Every detail is critical. Everyone should come forward with everything. But this young man, Devin Riley, came forward and said, I saw her. I just saw her what I think might have been the last time anyone did see her jogging that night, and he's getting blowback. This must be so difficult for you to process. On one hand, you want people to come forward. On the other hand, you don't want this to become a circus. You don't want people to come forward and be skewered for it.
Exactly. And as far as I know, and I've asked about Mr. Riley, that he's just a terrific guy, a family man with two daughters, that all he did was corroborate information that more than a dozen people provided, that they saw Mollie jogging on the streets of Brooklyn, which she did every night.
Yeah, it's critical to note that.
That kind of blowback is very unfortunate.
It's unconscionable, and, you know, we're going to continue to keep this in the spotlight. My thanks to you, Rob, for taking the time. I know this is a very difficult time for you, so I appreciate you being with us. Michael Christian, thank you to you as well. Tom Verney and Brian Claypool, I'm going to ask you to stay with me if you can. I also just want to let you know that there's a tip line for anyone who knows anything about the disappearance of Mollie. It's 1-800-452-1111, and there's a brand new website that you can go to. It's findingmollie.iowa.gov. Again, brand new today, findingmollie.iowa.gov.